Hey guys, this is Danny with the Make Trio, and I've got Grace and Misha here because there's 3 people in a trio. And we're here on the first episode of BarTalk, and we are trying something called the Emperor Cocktail. We're celebrating BarTalk. We're going to be talking about Hungarian music a little bit, and we have a whole jar of questions to embarrass the crap out of each other. Drink one of who knows. Cheers. You guys like it? What could be a little colder?
Yeah, but
Oh, it's
like,
good.
tastes delicious.
Yummy.
Yeah.
So it's like sweet and like bitter. What is this called again? Charcuterie? No, that's cheese. ᴠɪᴅᴇᴏ. There are some bonus questions, and if you pull the right one, you have to do the shot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And
Oh my gosh.
cut. Perfect.
Good.
It's
So,
dedicated to
BarTalk wrote Contrast as a commission.
Yeah.
Dɪsᴄʟᴇ, Goodman, and Bartok recorded the first version, basically for clarinet, violin, piano, and it's literally like one of the best, most famous, most well-known pieces for this ensemble.
Let's start. I'm eager.
Okay.
So
Can we? Yeah. Maybe we can warm
Okay,
up.
let's not eat the Parmesan. Come on.
ladies always first.
Ladies first.
Okay. If you could meet any one classical composer who has passed or living, who would it be and why?
It's kind of a boring.
This is really hard.
No, pick. I don't have to do anything.
If I could meet, see,
Yeah.
I think that's such a interesting question because I really want to meet Mozart and hear his laugh.
I was.
This is funny.
How his genius translated into his personality, or if it was completely disguised. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Should Misha have his own? Should Misha have his own episode based on his fashion choices? Yes or no? Yes, I should.
Okay. Of course. Oh, you need another drink. We'll get you one in a second. Another drink?
No, I think we should just keep.
Okay. So tell me, I should follow you around shopping for clothes.
This.
We should go to Saks Fifth Avenue.
Your mother is a fabric designer, isn't she?
She's a pianist.
What the Grace? Where did you get?
Well,
And she really
Grace.
likes Jimmy John's.
yeah.
Where did you get fabric person from?
Well, she can make gloves or whatever, you know. And she does incredible job in that.
Yeah, so it's in your blood.
Yeah. I mean, but it started.
Please pay attention to the
That's cool.
episode.
Explain briefly about contrasts. Goodman, Szigeti, Bartok.
Alright, but you know what I mean. I was about to dump this in here.
You answered my question. Last night I spent about 3 hours on working on second movement. With his music, to me, it's never how should I say? He never tells the way exactly things were meant to be.
Yeah.
You have to go on a journey. You have to discover it. You have to discover it. And once you start to discover, I think that's the process.
It's interesting and ironic at the same time because his markings are really specific.
Yeah.
Exactly, but
He gives you a lot of information.
But there's no way the markings could be as clear as what the color is. There's no way the language could.
I'm just trying to. It's not probably like with Ravel, for instance. You have a piece that is titled in a specific way, like Pavon, for
So it's like not programmatic, but it's not listed. Like it doesn't say like this is like the moat around the castle. It just says like calm.
It's just different. It's a different way of exploration.
Yeah. If there was only one Bartok composition you could listen to for the rest of your life, which would it be? Miraculous Mandarin.
Oh really? Oh man. Is it like orchestral?
This character that like would not die, and there's a long story behind it, but it's this like magical story of like supernatural powers. And anyway, the music behind it is incredible. If you ever get a chance, check it out. You can hear something and think, oh, it's a specific language, but you don't discover the full language until you hear it later and hear it in context and get used to it. Sorry. And
Danny just has to sniff his
no, I have
chest once in a while. Singer! When was Bartok born? If you answer wrong, you have to do a shot at UNICUM.
Grace, you have to take a shot. 1881.
Oh,
Just say 1881, it will count to it.
1881!
Good job.
Woo!
I'm gonna drop this jar.
Vaza.
I have no idea what I'm talking about. Bartok wrote this fabulous piece, Contrast. If you want to hear us play it, or if you don't, then don't go to Fine Arts Chamber Players on Facebook, because there's going to be a limited time release of us playing Bartok Contrast along with a couple other. Botsa, yeah. You want to hear me almost pass out on clarinet? It's the aria for saxophone, but I'm playing it on clarinet. And I don't know.
Fine Arts
Chamber Players, yeah.
Fine Arts Chamber.
Turn. Name a perfect movie scene for each movement of Bartok.
Oh, that's a great question.
Independence Day. Independence Day for the first movement with Will Smith, like F up some aliens. Second movement would be like the original Dracula, the one where you see like the castle in the sky. And there's like the long like bridge going up and there's like lightning. And then like
And that's where we can also bring Romanian dances.
yes.
High driver.
Oh!
Tell about.
Yeah, okay. Third movement.
It would be Saint-Saëns, right? I see the connection with Saint-Saëns.
Yeah, but this
Dance Macabre, I'm sorry. Dance Macabre.
But the Queen Ford versus Ferrari, it would be something like that, like a race car scene where there's just like constant full. Yeah. Good.
One thing you wish you could change about the classical industry.
Have fun with that.
But I wish it could be perceived as something more friendly and accessible and fun. And just like Danny talked about how, you know, the more he listened to and played the Miraculous Mandarin, he fell in love with it. I think classical music would do the same.
Yeah.
The more you immerse yourself in it and listen to it and get familiar with the melodies, I don't want someone to think it's outdated or snobby or something for a certain class or an image, but that if it's a piece that's beautiful, that they can appreciate.
This is perfect.
Most looking forward to for make. What is? Yeah, it's FACP. It's Fine Arts Chamber Players. Most looking forward. What about you guys?
I look forward to continuously making great music with you guys for a very long time.
It's really sweet. Rudest comment you've gotten during or after a show of yours. On Facebook Messenger and said, yeah, great job, but not even related to what the composer wrote. Which is basically like saying you're doing your job wrong. So, yeah.
Grace.
And it's also...
Can you judge my work when I play Rebel with you?
I will not.
I mean, but can you?
She will.
But yeah.
I absolutely listen.
But there's this thing of
Continue, please.
Do you see any connection between this drink and contrasts?
That's really good.
I like the spices that I taste in it, and it really brings out the eclectic colors of our piece that we're playing.
Perfect.
Long
Come
as
on,
you eat
describe the feeling in detail before walking on stage for a really big show. Like your biggest show of your life so far.
Yeah, what does it feel like to do it? For me, it's like this extreme excitement, but then like also like your heart is pounding and like there's a little element of fear, and there's just this like buzz in the air, and like you can hear the crowd, and you're just like okay, go.
So basically do it.
Yeah, and they like open the stage door, and like there's a part of your body that's like shut the door, but then there's also a part of you that's like go. And then you like go, and then like literally once you like walk on stage, like everything blacks out almost. I don't know. Nerves are gone. You're just like there.
Yeah, you're there. Yeah.
And like the sound is like loud, and you're just like, oh my god, and it's happening.
Fave pop song and why? I think right now what's on the top of my head is Owl City's Firefly. It's our family's favorite song right now.
The world turns slowly.
Yeah. But I loved Vanessa.
Epilepsy. He can't sleep at night.
That's why he sings about insomnia.
Yeah.
You would not believe your eyes if 10 million fire.
I'm getting all that. Ask someone else a question or make them take a shot. Misha, you have to take a shot.
Like a shot?
Yeah.
These are beautiful shots.
This is like
It's sake. It's a sake.
yeah, I was gonna say.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers to all makers.
That's actually pretty good.
Most memorable performance of Bartok in general, not just contrasts. I think I did do the Miraculous Mandarin.
Did you do it with a Mandarin? Did you do it with?
Miraculous
Did you do
Mandarin.
it at Juilliard?
Yeah.
That was with Boulez.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you did
That was cool. I
Mandarin,
was on that with you.
Yeah.
if you did Mandarin, you can do well at piano sonata too. I must tell you, because there it's quite connected.
You know, I had to pee during that entire rehearsal. So bad. Okay, this is your question. Sorry.
Actually, my first time playing Bartok was also with violin.
Mm.
That was the first Rhapsody
Mm.
for violin and piano. Incredible piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should learn it, and we should.
Yeah.
play
You
it.
guys should do it. Yeah.
We must. Yeah. What do you really think about this drink? Okay. Which noble, kind of noble flavor, I would say.
Well, that's perfect because it's called the Emperor Cocktail. So.
Yep. Oh, you see the connection is there.
We'll see.
How would you explain Bartok to a non-classical musician or even a non-musician in simple terms? He basically was able to bring these
Something
folk
opposite
melodies.
to interfere.
Yeah, he was able to bring the popular melodies to life in a classical format and make them more popular. They became well known. I mean, some of these melodies were only known in a specific village, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So I think by like traveling and writing them, I think he had a whole book of the melodies, and Kodai did as well. Then he took those and like imbued them and synthesized them into his style of, I guess you could call it.
His
Well, you
language.
mentioned
He
his
created his own
Yeah,
language.
You mentioned about Eastern Europe, but there is also quite a big influence of Turkey. Bartok, when I play it or when I hear when someone else plays it, it's like being a little bit, like we are right now.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's already a little.
That's too
even
far.
more- Yeah.
That's before bed. Okay. Okay, cool.
Oh, my turn.
No. Oh wait.
What is the difference between living in Russia or Korea versus America? Actually, I wouldn't know how to answer that question because I've never really lived in Korea before.
In Russia.
My parents were missionaries, so since I was 3, I lived in Saipan for a couple of years, Singapore for like
Wow.
3-4 years, and then England. which is where I learned the violin, started the violin, and then China for a year or two, and then back to Saipan. And Marinara is the sauce.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is why we're musicians.
Mariana Islands, the northern Mariana Islands. Yeah, so everything was in English. It's American soil, basically. And then when I was 14, finally moved to New York City. I think my favorite country that I lived in was in England because I had the best memories there with my family, and just the beauty of just everywhere I turned to.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Misha.
Yay! What is your favorite childhood food? Or what meal reminds you most of childhood?
Oh, good question.
Yeah,
Borscht.
not borscht, no. It's called селедка под шубой, which literally means herring under the coat.
Sounds delicious.
Sounds amazing.
Well,
That's awesome.
no, I'll answer. It's there are several dishes. It's not just one, only one that are from my mom's menu that come, and they include several salads. The one I told you about, great, the carrot thing, the Korean
the
carrot
shaved,
style,
yeah.
and yeah, I mean it's kind of spicy. It has this vinegar and.
Wow.
See, it's real.
You
It's on
know,
the internet.
it exists. Yeah, I mean,
Try-
and
City you miss the most and where you lived. Philadelphia. Philadelphia was my favorite city. I lived in Rittenhouse Square. City of brotherly love. Beautiful, beautiful memories. Playing with Philly Orchestra. Living the life. I mean, not that I'm not living the life now, but there was something about being... it just was so fun and getting the Philly cheesesteaks and like, I remember skateboarding.
Okay. Another zinger.
She gets all the zingers.
Compare Bartok to Kodai. If you can't give a strong answer, you must take a shot of UNICUM.
Or you can make someone else take a shot of it.
Okay.
it was like sushi and sashimi. No?
That's a good point, yeah.
But I can actually.
Ooh!
Because I think when I play Bartok's music, there's something that I can immediately latch onto in terms of melody. I almost can feel like the full melody is presented, whereas with Kodai, I have to like really listen for it. I feel like he hit it more. And
Dances of Galanta though? They're pretty plain. Sorry.
Danny Goldman, you.
do you guys have answers to that
It
question?
doesn't matter. We keep going.
Kodai and Bartok.
Yeah, I said you sushi and sashimi, like fried rice and plain rice. Or
To me,
steamed
they're very
rice.
similar. To me, Kodai is more cinematic.
I have nothing to say around.
He
yeah.
shined. He shined during.
And you
quarantine.
see, like I'm looking great. And
You. Most embarrassing mistake on stage. Professional example. Okay, well, first example would be at Juilliard. I played the original
It's a great question, by the way.
Appalachian Spring and the big Simple Gift solo. I squeaked on the central note, the A flat, and the
Simple gift.
the simple the conductor laughed so hard that he knocked the lights off of his stand, and my buddy was in the audience and he was like, "Dude, you're ridiculous." But it
So can you sing?
so it's
Or-
supposed to go ba-dum, ba-da-dee-da-da-da-ding, beat it, and I went and you know it's a show, so you have to like keep going. The dancers are on stage,
Exactly.
whatever the hell they're doing, and like the conductor was like, and like the light fell on the floor, and like the whole orchestra was like, "Is this for real?" Like it wasn't just like a squeak; it was like, "Oh!" It was so embarrassing, and I saw my buddy backstage because I always tried to have. We always tried to go in the audience for each other and give each other feedback, and he was like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
Have you had a dream when you have to perform Mozart A major clarinet concerto with let's say New York Philharmonic Orchestra, and when you are like in your underwear.
Yeah, I'm naked always.
Like you are waiting, like you are staying by the elevator, and you need to get up to the 34th person.
So
Have
that
you had
sounds
that dream?
that sounds like some childhood issues that you have.
Okay,
But
then I'm right now in my
So
childhood.
I know what you mean though. All my dreams.
Dreams.
Nightmares. I'm always naked. Always.
Yeah, like
Really?
underwear or
always
naked.
naked.
Or
Or
like
I'm trying to give a presentation.
Yeah, like you about to go to on a stage and you had no dress rehearsal. You haven't even practiced yet.
Mhm.
I've never been naked in my nightmares.
No, I mean you are sitting on stage with your underwear. Like,
So all your
literally.
stage nightmares. Are
It's like stage fright.
But all your nightmares.
All my performing dreams. I'm always like
Yeah.
no underwear. I'm completely naked.
oh
but
really?
I don't realize
I was
it.
underwear.
So I'm performing,
I'm a foot.
and then I look down.
What color would each movement of Bartok be?
Grace. White, green, blue, white and light red. That's it. I mean, there is no other color.
I wanted to say green, but for
For the
me,
first movement?
more it's like evergreen. And then
Oh.
second movement, I see evergreen that turns into like dark green, that like
That's the
so
same color.
different shades of
Okay, green.
green. And then second movement will be more.
Oh.
I can see red. I can just see like splatter.
Well, if we
Like
turn
Jackson.
brown to a little lighter, that is yellow basically, then we get a Cameroon
No, but what color is that?
green. Green.
Oh, you mean the flag?
Yeah.
You're making
course.
it up. How do you know the Cameroon flag?
Of course I know. I mean,
Because you used to be obsessed with flags when you were a kid.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I put a flag on your
FIFA
birthday cake.
and what's called World Championships. What do you not like about Bartok's music? Complex.
Yeah,
I mean
it's hard.
It's hard. Yeah.
Talk about whatever you want. Okay? I'm happy and I love spending time with you guys and making music with you guys, and to play with you guys it's the best thing ever. And to get I'm sorry, I'm not good with my words.
Amen.
Yeah, it's just awesome. And all these pieces were written by all these people that we've never met, and we can play them and try to guess how they want it to go. And we get to get together and
Wow.
Nice.
Final question.
Seriously?
Sorry,
Yeah.
Misha.
Good.
What season would each movement of Bartok be? Let's guess this one together. So first movement, Danny.
Autumn.
Spring.
Spring.
Maybe
No,
fall.
wait.
Maybe
Fall. Fall, winter, and spring. Danny, fall, winter, and spring.
fall.
That's for sure.
See, to me, I hear
Or-
second movement is summer because it's so hot.
Oh no, that's so cold actually. Freezing, you know.
Okay, so winter. Okay, so first movement.
Yeah, spring.
I hear spring.
Spring.
I hear spring,
Yeah.
fall, winter, spring.
Spring.
Question.
Yeah, it really
Yeah,
is my
I'm
question.
sorry.
Everybody, please.
It's
Yes.
spring.
Beginning is spring. The second movement, I could see
Winter.
the desert
Summer.
or.
Nice. You know, Grace, I like that. I like that. But
And you-
what
and-
is
and
third
you-
movement?
And you see the.
No, it's summer. The mirage.
And you see the heat waves.
Yeah, the mirage.
It's just like.
Oasis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
the
third
third
movement?
movement was
Spring. Spring or like. I mean, it's more like weather patterns than seasons.
Yeah, more
I
like,
see like a hurricane,
storm.
storm,
That's spring.
spring. Yeah, it is
Or late
spring.
summer?
I would say
Yes,
spring.
spring, yeah.
Spring, winter, spring.
Well,
or-
accordingly to Texas.
or
it's spring. But accordingly to
Well, Texas
Russia,
would be
it's
summer, summer, summer.
Are we
Alright,
done?
now that
Are we done?
Woo!
Are we done?
We have plenty of.
Then you go on.
Do we need to say
Remember
closing
how
Thank you everyone for watching, and please subscribe below.
or above.
Or this way and that way.